So, first drive of the Kyosho Mad Wagon on 2S, and I can tell you already, it is slow. On 2S, very beginner-ish. Seems to handle okay though. Tyres are actually pretty good, but as you can see, I'm not pushing a lot of power through this, so still managed to spin around. I'm holding it basically flat, almost all the way here. So flat, I'm flat out again, ease up a bit on the turns, flat out, drift around, flat out. That is flat out. Yeah, 2S is very beginnerish. If you're completely new to the hobby and you're worried about top speeds, or you're giving this to someone that's fairly young, and you're worried about them smacking into things that, you know, too fast a pace where you're going to break everything, 2S is great. It's capable, it doesn't like bog down or anything, it's not, it's just for 2S it's kind of like that motor is almost an 8-scale motor, so it kind of, I reckon that motor can probably run 4S if I change out the ESC maybe. Not saying that the truck will handle it, but I'm saying the motor might. But yeah, not the greatest performer on 2S. Let's take it on some jumps and we'll switch it out to 3S very quickly. That is flat stick. Here we go, first jump. Whoa, massive rebound. Those front shocks are definitely a little bit under dampened, I think. That is flat stick. Whoa, big nose dart. I let off the throttle. I didn't hit the brakes, I just let off the throttle and it came down hard. So probably a tad nose heavy. You can't just be neutral with the throttle. Yeah, let's try that again. Yeah, that time it managed. Spins out. These tyres aren't doing too well on the gravel on 2S. Hey, popped the wheelie on the rebound. I've got my wheelie bar lifted up all the way pretty much to the top, like it's maxed out. Yeah, you can tell, I think the overall suspension is probably just a tad oversprung. Just a tad. The truck feels kind of light. I think on 3S with the extra weight might actually be a little bit better. Oh, nose dart again. Spins out at the top there if you're not careful. You can handle those jumps okay. Okay, we'll do a couple more big ones. Whee! Up! You gotta stay on that throttle, otherwise it just nose darts. Okay, I think we've seen enough on 2S. I'm not even going to try the bigger jump, I don't think it really has the power for that. So let's just switch it out to 3S and continue this run. Right, now on 3S, a couple of things. Number one, punch setting was on number 1, so I couldn't even pop wheelies with this thing. It was just super soft on takeoff. Now it feels a little bit more punchy, feels a little bit more aggressive. It still doesn't have crazy speed though. I feel this thing is under geared. I think that's what it is, because this is a 2850 kV. And with that sort of kV on a 10 scale, we've got to be geared up. I mean, I almost feel like this motor could probably handle a forest, but I'm just not sure the truck will. You got plastic drive shaft. I'm just not sure they're made to handle that sort of torque, because it's not the speed that's going to be the issue with 4S, it's going to be the torque. And on top of that, you've also got a very tight battery tray. I can barely fit a 3S soft case in there, so this battery tray isn't the best. It's amazing how, okay, the truck might be strong, built well and everything, but performance-wise, it's a fair way from that Mad Van. The Mad Van performed way better. At least that's how I'm feeling about it right now. The Mad Van wasn't as powerful, but it drove a lot nicer than this. This is, yeah, it's very bouncy. It's definitely oversprung, I can tell you now. Something's off. I don't know what's going on. I knew it was a matter of time before I did that. Like I didn't go full speed onto that one. Whee! Well, it doesn't tip over. That's a plus. At least hasn't done it to me yet. Tyres are a little bit lacking. That rear camber is horrible. You can sort of see the tyres on the back are actually tilting outwards. The ones on the front aren't bad, but the ones on the back are not as good as they could be. So those links, I've got to try and find alternative links and adjust the camber on that. Maybe that'll help performance. I'm also thinking the tyres are probably more road friendly than they are off-road friendly, to be honest. They're not the worst tyres I've driven, like I've used on a ready to run, but yeah. It's okay on 3S. This is the sort of performance I kind of expected on 2S, to be honest. You know, it's not overly crazy, but it's nice. As far as speed goes, as far as power goes, but oh yeah! First time, there we go. Ooh, yeah. It rolls, yes, that's awesome. It's got good speed on 3S, but it's not, I don't know, it's still lacking. Alright, let's see if we can take it on some jumps before we get taken over by guys on BMX bikes, and see how the jumps now on 3S. Definitely a lot more punchy now with the punch turned up, and on 3S, and it's definitely nose heavy. You have to keep that throttle on. Whoop. Yeah, tyres are letting me down here, and the suspension setup is not helping the case. I was really, I reckon with enough pace you probably do a backflip or two, but whoop, it's fishtailing everywhere. There we go, come on. That wasn't bad, that wasn't bad. Come on, come on, come on. The servo's nice. The radio's good as it was with the Mad Van, so I'm happy with that. Power on 3S is decent. So as you can see, it's nothing to write home about. It's just very bouncy. And then you got the camber on the tyres that's a little bit out, those fixed links, and the tyres themselves aren't helping. So, yeah. A little bit of work to be done on this one, I think. A little bit of work to be done on this one. It's not... Oi! Definitely not as pleasant to drive as the Mad Van was when I brought it out here. The Mad Van was slower than this is on 3S, I know that, but it drove so much better. Oof. Alright, whilst we've got time, let's see if we can take it on the big jump. Okay, here we go, first big jump. If I can line it up, the tyres will let me. Nice. It will self-right with the throttle, which is nice. Yeah, I gotta come back here with some better tyres. Maybe even gear it up a little. Go a couple of teeth up on the pinion. Some better tyres. I may even try and find some links. And I think we'll be in business. We'll be in business. This has a lot of potential. Oh, cartwheels. Really? Nice. Might even tweak the shocks a little bit. No, was never going to do a backflip then. Was never going to do a backflip. But will it? Should I even try it? Oh, I probably would have done it on that one. Come on, I gotta do one, like a signature move. See if I can do one. Oh yes! It only just made it, but it made it. That was better. Yeah, it's got heaps of rebounds. Heaps of rebounds. Alright, this needs a tune. So I'm going to leave this one here for now. And we'll come back another day with a few tweaks done. And hopefully this will drive a little bit better. But for now, that is it for the Mad Wagon maiden run on 2S and 3S. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.